Hey guys, this is Manshark Sub LPs. I'm Sub, this is Crusader Kings II, and this is Millennia in the Making episode 169. Wink. We're currently playing as Kaiser Almeric the Wise of the Holy Roman Empire. He's the son of Kaiser Baldwin the Blessed, who himself was the son of Kaiser Anselm the Great, and so on and so forth, all the way back to Duke Otto of Saxony, our starting character. Now, we have some wars to end. So we're currently at war with Turkestan for Samarkand, which is this area here, which we will just nab. Let's see. Family trade zones on. Get rid of all of the outliners. And it was armies and characters of special... Really? You can monitor your court? That's impressive. I didn't realize that. Nice, so without coming up here to your... It's only your council, not really your court. But without having to come up here and check all of that, you can see what they're doing. And where they're doing it. So that's kind of neat. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Turkestan, surrender. Come on. There we go. Wonderful. Alright, so let's just come on over here, go back to the Independent Realms map, and look at what we've got. We've got a lot of land. We're just going to distribute it normally. And get that out of the way before we get the other ones done. Fortunately, there are a lot of baronies in this land. Gives us things to choose from, because I think... it looks like we have to create the duchy. So let's get on that. Done. I'm going to assume that the duchy capital is actually Samarkand. I would be right. Okay, so let's see. Do we have a decent duke in these places? This guy's not a bad duke to have. Not very good on a diplomacy front, but you know, if he's what we can get, he's what we can get. This is a little bit better, but his military score is so utterly shit, it's almost not worth it. And God's Chalk isn't worth anything. What I'm going to do is give this guy a Rashana, or Oshasana. Then the actual Duke, who is going to be Ezo here, can have the rest. Done. Very good. Did we give away this place down here already? Yeah, we totally did. Excellent. So, let's go back to Tibet, back to family trade zones. I don't think this one's going to cause us too much of a problem. Let's just check out what it was for. So I believe that was for this place in here, Kinja Manali or something. Yep. Okay, so we zoom in, back to family trade zones, offer peace, enforce demands. Done. Back to just independent maps. So that was just this little place in here. Very easy to sort of get rid of. But we don't hold anything in it yet, so we're going to have to find the usual. A nice male Catholic German who is an adult, who is not in prison and is not a ruler. Gerlach. Yes, you'll do. Just fine. Excellent. And then the last war, which is with... see, this isn't really... This is a war for somebody's claim, so I'm just going to accept that because it literally won't crash on us. Very good, it was just for a county claim there. Right, so let's bring the outliner back. Message rules, that's very odd. Huh. Don't really play around with the outliner too much. Okay, so what can we do? We can't usurp Delhi, we can't usurp the Raj of Metapata. I don't think there was anything here. Oh, there was this place over here, but we can't give the province out to this guy because he's currently at war with the Nagra Kingdom. Much like we are, apparently. Ah, right, because we were attacking this place. No drama. There's also a place in here that I would like to take, so I'm just going to move these guys straight up there. But let's get underway. Oh, and before we actually get completely underway, Brittany over here has finally gotten out of our little war. So I'm going to revoke the Duchy of Brittany. That should only take a few days. Come on. He has accepted such a revocation. Don't worry too much, buddy. All I'm doing here is then trying to revoke the county of Sussex from our good buddy, the Count of Leon. Very good. How is Sussex, anyway? Yeah, not too bad. We've just recently invested in it. And now Sussex goes to our good friend here, Caspar d'Asti, who is good enough that he starts with a C. So we'll give that to him. And now the Duke of Kent probably wants him. He doesn't, but he's going to have him anyway. So we're going to transfer vassalage, the Count of Sussex. Done. Now we definitely don't actually want to hold on to the Duchy of Brittany. Unfortunately, the Duke of Champagne seems to also hold certain elements of it. We're going to have to ask him to give us back Nantes. Now, even though we technically have a de jure claim on that, we can't demand it from him. So we're going to have to go to the Pope again. The Pope is incapable, but that doesn't stop him from, you know, giving his things. And we're just kind of holding on to this duchy title at the moment. It's not the greatest of things to do, but, you know, if we do it like that, we might be able to give out the duchy title to somebody who's actually kind of deserving of it. And who holds Rennes? Ah, one of my vassals. Alright, fair enough. Any moment now. Okay, thank you. And we'll just revoke that. Very nice. This will piss off the Duke of Champagne. He already doesn't like us. Ah, it looks like we've got a peace offer. Well, that's good. That's exactly what we wanted. And we just come back down here because I wanted to hop onto that one and say, this place here, you... We're declaring war for a county claim. Excellent. No other county claims in the local area. And I believe we now have a huge truce of Nagra. That's alright though. Because apparently there is a... Oh, he's apparently assisting the Vigalas in their little war against them. You can't be offed. What about the current Turk? Nope, can't be offed. But there is this Turkestani revolt. Ah, good. Merv is moving in on that. That's good. Merv can do that. You guys should get out of that province. This guy can be offed. Wonderful. Kill him. Okay, did I already send that revocation? Certainly did. Any moment. Now. Wonderful, so he's accepted the revocation of the province. Okay, so this kid here doesn't like me because we revoked his title. This guy here doesn't like us because we revoked his title. Rennes isn't particularly caring, but he is Catholic. What about this guy? He is also well, not Catholic, Frankish. So let's find ourselves someone. Now, it doesn't matter if this guy is a Littlefinger, but I want them to have a high diplomacy. So Christopher here. You are now the Duke of Brittany. Congratulations. Now, the Duke of Champagne does not like us. So to deal with that, I guess, I'm not exactly sure what we can do with him there. We could revoke all of his titles at some point. We can't request his excommunication because the Pope's an idiot. And I'll just send my army back over this way. This is my peacekeeping army there. Now, faction strength. So we've got 14.5% in the independence faction. So I think that's good enough to release the Nubian. Just check our lands. Everything is good. Very nice. You can see here our words, which are normally across here, have now migrated to this little tiny section of land here. Yeah, I don't know why that does it like that. You guys should just assault when you get the chance. This army shall head down to where? Only 3 more years before our truce with the Vegalas ends, and we'll probably be declaring a war for this bit here. Because it's nice, unless it goes away due to whatever this revolt, which I can't really see happens. Though they may be slowly clearing those up. Yeah, everybody knows, nobody cares. It's a assassination against somebody who is seriously running on borrowed time. Look at that. That's pretty much everybody. How many people? He's got 533 people in his court. That must be because he's the last Muslim. He's the last one. So he has everybody in his court, and yeah, everybody from there down dislikes him to varying degrees. That's kind of interesting. Very easy to assassinate, apparently, and very easy for everybody to continuously tell people about how, you know, how bad we are. It appears that the Mervians are winning that war. That's great for us. Okay, I was inspecting the damage to the highest tower in Oberbayern when the head of Walram appeared outside the window, 50 meters above the ground. What should I do with this curious child? Curiosity has never killed anybody. So it's a 50% of honest, 35% of brave, 10% of wounded, 5% of maimed, and he will dislike us. Now, I'm not sure if that dislike is attached to the maimed one. Teach him a lesson, which is an 80% chance that he becomes maimed and a 20% chance that he dies. So if we don't particularly want Walram here to be alive, we'd pick that one. Or strictly forbid him to climb the tower, which is 90% deceitful, 10% craven. We're going to go with curiosity has never killed anyone. And luckily he gained the brave trait, which is the best result. Unfortunately he is our youngest son, so there's just so many others in the way, basically. It's somewhat aggravating that that's where he went when he, you know, got the quick thing. It looks like the Duke of Zabulistan's little war for Kabulistan isn't going to go too well for him. That's why we're getting this guy assassinated. Speaking of assassinations, Crown law is just not changing. Okay, we need to finish up this war right here. Get it over and done with. I am ill. That's not great. And the satrap discovered the sabotage, but didn't work out who sabotaged him, so we've got Bowman in place. Very good. We have won this war. Thank you. Now, you guys... I guess I'll have one sit over that side of the bank and one sit over this side of the bank. Alright, we can't hold a feast yet, but we'll just wait for November. is this war over here? Ah, new ruler of Kipchak. Alright. Well, continue on. Bunch of factions disbanded. Independence is at 13.5. People are constantly just blabbing about us, you know, trying to kill this guy. It's kind of amusing. Yeah, it really looks like the satrap is going to win that fight against the Duke and his allies. While Merv looks like it's going to definitely win against the Turkestani revolt, unless they, you know, end their revolt. Which they may or may not do. This guy hates the Turkestani guy. It looks like there was actually a revolutionary army kicking around. Okay, we killed the satrap. Sorted. But now what we're doing, this is the new satrap right here. We are going to declare war, but it's not going to be a holy war. We're declaring a de jure claim for the Duke of Kabulistan. And let's move in. Now, I have completely forgotten that we were going to go for a feast in a moment, but I'm hopeful, because of the speed of our army, that we may be able to actually get this done before November. And because it's a de jure claim for somebody else, we don't have to worry about crashing. Yeah, cool story there. And we'll catch this army and defeat it. My son here became a dutiful cleric. That's alright. He's not particularly any good, but we will need to find him some land. Well, you know what they say, keep your sons close. So... Crane. Pope! Having a battle yet? Yeah, we're totally having a battle. Okay, my fever has gone, so I am no longer ill, which is wonderful. And we should beat these guys off, thank you, no homo, just to, yeah, so now we're in control of the siege. Good, Pope's given us that claim on Crane, so let's just go and grab it. Here we are, your stuff, I want it. Thank you very much. And he'll get back to me in 12 days. Which might be enough time for the siege to come in. Yep, so we assault. Bishop Augustine. Yeah, he's probably a heretic. Very good. Kundas has converted. Looks like we grabbed it. Oh, right. Because this guy has like 500 people in his court, we just grabbed 30 of them. Just like, why not? I guess that'll do. Yep, okay, so he's revoked Crane. That's wonderful. You know, we could actually hold on to Crane, but we're not going to hold on to Crane particularly. What I would like to hold on to at some point is actually Tyrol. Yeah, or Istria. Probably Istria. But anyway, let's give Crane to somebody, and specifically our son. Oh, but before we do, parting gift. So my son, Crane is yours. Thank you. And now I'm going to get the Pope to give me Tyrol. I don't already have a claim on it, do I? I shouldn't, because it was going to let me, yeah, ask the Pope for a claim. And we'll just do that to get our demesne size up to the limit. So whenever the Pope decides to get back to us on that, which will probably be right now as soon as I've moved away from the damn place. Yep. Oh, and it looks like this guy's finished his thing, so let's offer him peace. He has accepted it, everything is good there. And now this army can move into India. This army will just head on over this way, just in case the Mervians don't win their little war. Where the hell are armies at? So we've got one there, one there, one there, one there, one there that's moving, one up there, one down there, one there. Alright, we've got one there for any revolts, and we've got the maintenance army up there. So, we have no wars. Let's have a feast. Okay, and the Pope did give us our claim, so let's revoke Tyrrell. Now, if he goes to war with us, we're going to have to be very quick. Okay, we'll hire these guys for our feast. The fire blasted right past my face, and I felt how my hair started to curl away from the fire. The fire eater had been a bit too careless for my taste, but his troop and he were clearly greatly skilled. Yes, yes. Some musicians, more 10 gold, some jongleurs. Okay, so we could go... We need boar meat, so we could send out our marshal. That would give him +1. Well, it's a chance. It's a 10% chance of +1 marshal and a 10% chance of something bad happening to you. We could send out our son, Prince Lothar. So notably, that's not our heir. It's this one here. Or we could hunt them ourselves. I'm actually going to send out Prince Lothar. And yeah, nothing appears to have really happened there for him, so I'm fine with that. Accept the revocation without kicking up a fuss. Good man. My niece here, Heike Littlefinger, requires an education. Well, let's educate her in the ways of diplomacy. With Beatrix, the Duchess of Sardinia. Nope, because that could make her Frankish. So Raoul, the Duke of Berry, instead. Very good, so now we've got Tyrrell. Tyrrell could really use some upgrading, so let's start upgrading it. Looks like there might be somebody else who needs an education. 2 more children. Oh, a nice strong one. Well, let's educate you in stewardship. With the Grand Mayor of Anata. And Wooderkind here. He's still fairly young, but it looks like maybe he'll make a good priest. So we'll give him to Jorg, the Bishop of Wagram. Everything is sorted. Are these guys still running under Gavelkind? Yep. How assassinatable? 62%. That's it's not good enough. I just wish this guy was more murderable. 65% isn't bad. So you know what? Let's see if we can hire anybody in. That's probably the only guy. Okay, we're going to spend lavishly on food, of course. So that guy should get us up to about 60%. Only 46. So we need 50 something or so. 54 or so. So we can get 10% from that guy and nothing else. Wow. Jane realms are just really difficult to deal with. I mean, what we can try and do is try and attack with stuff that he's got, but it's all in the center of his realm, which is very smart on his part. But he's just very difficult to attack. Okay, invitations is sent. Okay, some people will say that they're haters. Which is fine. How murderable is he? 72. Oh, let's give it a crack. Really? Just those two are going to give us 72%? Everybody has arrived. A book without a title was pushed into my hands by a hooded man clad in midnight blue. Something was said, but lost in the confusion. The book was still there. Alright, so we're going to go with he wants me to read it here. because it's like 20 piety isn't great, but just getting a little bit of piety and prestige on a monthly basis is also pretty cool. So, Mayor refused wine. Bishop told everybody how awesome we are. That's a huge message from my antivirus that I've hopefully clicked away before anybody saw it. Thank you, Mayor. And, oh, it's technically a Christmas/New Year's feast. Excellent. The Kingdom of Italy is no longer part of the de jure Empire of Italia. So the de jure Empire of Italia no longer exists, as you can see. So we should be able to just check that. Yep, nothing under its thing, so we'll just create it. So now we have a Kaiser of 5 places. The HRE, the Wendish Empire, Italia, Carpathia, and the Latin Empire. That's exceptional. Spain should start coming in soon. It's got about another 18, 20-ish years left on it. Got 30 years left on Britannia, but we're going to be releasing that. And Norway only has 16 years. Russia's got a fair amount of time left on it. Some elements of the Byzantine should start integrating, no, about 20 years. And that's about all that we really have left. And of course, Aquitaine over there, but it has something like 40 years left on it. We're going to get Taurica fairly soon, which is fine, because I don't mind taking stuff away from Tartaria. We are going to be releasing a fair amount of Tartaria, but Taurica is going to remain ours. Yeah, so we're integrating quite nicely. And of course, we'll never create the Duchy of Tyrol or Carinthia. That will remain outside of the thing. Oh, we can actually create the Empire of Rajasthan right now. That area there. We're not going to, because we don't want the Indian kingdoms to be a large nation. That's why we're going to smash the Ratta Empire over the course of the next couple of 100 years. Just so that, you know, I would rather deal with these nations in Europa Universalis than those nations. It just makes a lot more sense to me. Okay, Pope's doing some stuff, as he does. Bishop was telling everybody how awesome my food is. That is quite correct. Yeah, so those are the only two de jure ducal claims that we've got. One for Shripatha, which we can't prosecute at the moment, and one for Asni, which we can't prosecute at the moment. But, 50 tech points from Carinthia. Kofasara. So I am actually going to hope for improved keeps here. Well, economy. Though, anything else is fine, but let's go for economy. That went to military. People exclaimed in wonder and fear with the fire eaters. I managed to save both my eyebrows this time. Good. Lot of little bits of plus prestige. Okay, we are getting fairly close to getting improved keeps up. Okay, the mayor here decided to, you know, cut the throat of one of my servants. Am I just already? I am just already, but we're going to imprison the mayor. Because, you know, he just murdered one of my servants. Let it rot. Mayor Adolf insulted me. Some mayor bitched about the food. Bishop Gorchard insulted me by not getting wine. If you don't have something nice to say, shut up. Okay, it looks like... Okay, so that war ended with a white peace, which means they both probably lost a bit of prestige, but nothing too big. So we got 73% of that assassination. Somehow I feel... Okay, so we can get 13% there, which would give us 86. Oh, we can do this. Assuming that the damn thing actually... Look, see, she's got 3 pluses but 2 negatives, but she still won't join in. That's what we call false representation. How about you? Good. I should only need about 3 more people to put us over 100%. So that's 2. That'll have us pretty close, if not on it. Let's see if we can find one more. We probably can't, can we? Oh yeah, that's annoying. Oh well, let's just see how that goes. Idiot. Yes, yes, people insulted us. We know how that goes. So when these 2 accept, they probably won't put us over 100%. Okay, so everybody had a good feast. That was plus 10 opinion for everybody. The feast took like 3 months. I know. Really long feast. But now we're capable of waging war again, if we had somebody to wage war against. That's the main problem that we're going to have. See, we have truces with the Decans for 9 years. Truces with the Bengals for 2 years, so that's coming up fairly close. And we have a truce with Nagra for 9 years. And I believe we have a truce with these guys down in here. Yep, for 7 years, and we shouldn't actually have a truce with this guy, but he's all the way in there. It's a massive pain in the ass just to get inside. Yeah, it's not great. How are we doing with that murder plot? 98%. Like, come on, guys. Oh, this guy has just decided that he doesn't like his boss. So let's give him some gold and invite him in. And that should definitely put us over with the 100% needed. Quasda converted. Chaplain is currently in... what do you call it? Tobruk. So we're not terribly worried about him. Where is the independence faction? There it is, 8.4%. So that feast has helped us out quite nicely. Is there anything else we can do while we're not at war? We can have a Grand Hunt or a Summer Fair, but I'm not too interested in either of those because I'm already brave. I've already got really good stats. There's not really much point. Okay, just let them rot. Thank you. Virus definitions updating, whatever. Okay, so that's held by a Pisan. No, I don't want to deal with that sort of issue. Thank you very much. Could you guys use a university? Nope. Pretty sure everywhere has a university. You know what? They totally do because it's something that I checked fairly often. So, what to do? Well, if it does get to a point where we're just kind of, like we've got so much stuff going on that it's not really worth sitting around, and that wasn't exactly the right start of a sentence. If we have nothing to do, I will bump the speed up, just to get it to a point where we do have something to do. Okay, yes, one of the houses died. Apparently Orkney is thinking that she's going to go to Volga, Bulgaria. Well, that shouldn't be possible, because Norway's laws shouldn't let you do that. When I find Norway. Is that it there? Nope. Yeah, okay, so I have no idea where Norway is. I mean, in terms of these shields. I would really like a drop-down menu. That would be great. So what does Norway's coat of arms normally look like? Like that, so it's red. Red with a lion rampant holding an axe. Red. Well, unfortunately, a lot of these coat of arms are red. Is that one there? No. I think I just went over it. No, that was Pomerania. Finland. There we go. Norway. It has medium crown authority, which means she can't actually pass that outside of her realm, so she's fine. Now, in the meantime, can we change this? We certainly can, just not to primogeniture, because we're still waiting on high crown authority. Well, guys, I'm just going to let you deal with that as the time goes. I'm not in a rush to pump that up. But speaking of Ireland, Ireland's in the right position. We're not going to change it just yet, because it pisses people off. And how about Scotland? What was Scotland's coat of arms like? Right, it was yellow. Yellow. It's not that one. Is it this one? It certainly is. So they're still on medium, so I'll try and bump them up to high crown authority as well. And just see how that goes. Okay, we're at 109%. Let's see if anybody else wants to jump on board. I really doubt it. Yep, nobody else wants in. That's fine. Everything else there looks good. I wouldn't mind taking Turkestan off this fellow. We can't do it at the moment because he holds... Well, Turkestan is not that big. We only have one... Let's check that. We should be able to check that. Yeah, so he still holds land within it, so we can't really check it. He holds 3 counties and I hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I technically should be able to do it. It's just that because he holds land in it. Not that I think I want to usurp it from him, because it's still Gavelkind. I heard about the mad woman who tries to blackmail Samario before my friend Samario came to me and asked for help. Samario isn't known for his diplomacy, and as desperate as he is, it is even more likely Samario would handle this situation with less tact than needed. Now, Samario is my friend, my good friend, so I'll help you in any way that I can. Which is, I'll help him deal with the blackmailing woman, and his opinion of me will increase. Don't get me involved with that mad woman. Which means he has to deal with it himself, or the blackmailer is mad. If you want my help, I want to be reimbursed. So he's grateful for our help, but not happy of having to pay for it. No, he's my friend. I'll help him in any way I can. Okay, so Scotland is approving that law. Let's just see how they're going. 19, so they only need a little bit more, so maybe they'll get to that. Yeah, maybe. The people who haven't approved of it yet still like me. Okay, this bishop died, so he is no longer educating this child. So let's get him re-educated. The Duchess of Crimea. Sorted. This army has moved down into position. Yeah, I really doubt that the Rata Empire is going to start fracturing or anything like that. Just because there's only one guy who dislikes the dude. And the rest of them just love him. Even if he didn't have that plus 30 due to being a Jain, it would still be fairly, up there. Yeah. And his heir is obviously a Jane, all that sort of stuff. Okay, Scotland approved the institution of High Crown Authority. So what's taken goddamn Andalusia so long? None of these guys want in. Wow, he's a faction leader in a lot of stuff. Let's give him some money. We'll see if there's anybody else in Andalusia who we can give money to. You know what? Much easier way of doing this. That was the Duke of Mercia. We've got the Duke of Granada here. Let's give him some cash. Yep, sure. The Duke of Seville. Yep. Any other dukes? What about you? Good enough. Toledo. A little expensive, but hey, we've got money to throw around. I think we already paid out the Duke of Seville and the Duke of Granada, and after that it's all counts. So let's just see if the Dukes pull us over the line. And really hoping my mute button still works. Otherwise, some of you may have blown eardrums. Okay, so those are just some faction disbands happening there. This fellow wants the Kingdom of Persia. Oh yeah, we can tell Casper that he's no longer special, so we don't need to monitor him. Really, and whose court are you in? The King of Nubia's court. Well, that's somewhat irritating. Because we can't really just chuck an assassin at him. We could invite him to our court, but he won't because he's a Zikri. Money won't really help him. And I don't think we've actually got anybody... Yeah, we don't have anybody to marry him to. So I'm actually going to abandon the plot in Turkestan. Jeez guys, stop that. Abandon the plot in Turkestan, because as this guy is a Zikri sitting in a Christian realm, yeah, 161, that's pretty good. Oh, and look, we can have a summer fair as well. Why not? Okay, so this monkey trainer was getting attacked. Serves him right. If you can't train a monkey, you shouldn't be training monkeys. Okay, Pope Marcellus here is dead. Even though it says he's Bishop Marcellus, he was the Pope. And he's been replaced by Pope Victor II, who is only 38 years old. Still a bit of an idiot, but only 38 years old is excellent. Now, that's not actually the Pope. This is why he was a bishop. Because he inherited. This was the anti-Pope, and he's passed on his title to just some random guy. I don't like how this keeps happening. I really don't like how this keeps happening. Because it means we've basically constantly got an anti-Pope who should not be. And I don't think we can even grant him independence or anything like that. Very annoying. Delhi has converted. Yes, we're already at 140%, so that murder plot, 150 now. So hopefully that, you know, comes along nicely. Right. The local nobles of Oberbayern complain about too many peasants entering the city. Tell them to accept them. It's a summer fair. Ah, good. The Lords of Andalusia have approved that Crown Authority law. That's excellent. So at some point in the future, I'll be able to convert them to primogeniture. I could potentially do it right now. Yeah, I could. It's going to piss off some people. You know what, I'm fine with that. Primogeniture, thank you. Now, I believe the only two other places which are running under elective is Ireland and... what do you call it? Ireland and Scotland. Okay. So now the King of Arabia would like to be independent, but there's only 15% in there. We'll probably get a few more. Yet another monkey trainer who can't train monkeys. Now this is a little weird. Gavelkind succession in the Wendish Empire. The Wendish Empire doesn't have any land. Like, at all. So I'm not quite sure what would happen in that case. Like, maybe he'd just... the guy who's trying to get it, which would technically be Count Herman here, maybe he'd just become a single county in Count of, like, the Cantan, would just become a single county bit of the Wendish Empire. Which would be really strange, because then I'd just have to go down there and beat the crap out of him. Walram asks, will I rule one day? Let's just get rid of that summer fair message. It ended. So of course you will, which is proud, greedy or slothful, or if you deserve it then you shall. That's the best one to pick, because all of those are positive results. He is already... no, he's not ambitious already, but, you know, that's good. And no, you won't, silly child, which is pretty much negative. So if you deserve it, you will. So now he is ambitious. Really is. That's a pretty good stat line for somebody who hasn't aged up yet. I wonder if there's any... okay, so he's 9 years old. Let's betroth him to the Duchess of Benevento because she is a genius. And German. And so they'll both basically age up within a year of each other, get married, and have lots of genius children. Get rid of some of these messages. Okay, so a bunch of factions have definitely found it, and that's because a lot of people get pissed when you change the law from elective to primogeniture. See, 21%. The King of Arabia has probably been bribed into it by the Duke of Athens here. We can slightly increase the Duke's opinion of us. We can't excommunicate him because the Pope is, you know, a fool. So we'll just pay him the money. Assemble per converted. Pay him the money, hope that that maybe knocks him out of independence, which it probably won't. And that should drag the King of Arabia out as well. Speaking of kings, our next thing to release will be Egypt, but we really do want to convert these places first. Good, she's accepted that betrothal. Very nice. Excuse me. Yeah, so we still can't get this guy killed just yet because we're trying to kill this adventurer before he adventures. Oh, there's a new ruler in the Galar Empire. Oh, I think that's just in time. I don't want to press for de jure claim or the county claim. I want a goddamned holy war. No, those were de jure claims I was looking at there. Whoops. But where do I want my holy war? This area here. What was that area there? Easy way to check it. It was Akara Dasana. What was the one above it? Oh, it was a bunch of little pieces of duchies. Ugh. Well, that's just going to be irritating. Go. Okay, so that's made us hostile to everything there. Let's just move in as quickly as possible. I don't care about moving across river penalty there. And we'll just absolutely try and swamp this place in the next 10 minutes. Yeah, see, that's why I don't care about the river crossing. We just had too many dudes to matter. Little fight here, including the leader of the Nagra Kingdom. So if we could, you know, kill him, I'd greatly appreciate that. Probably not going to manage it. Oh, we did capture this guy though. He's not a particularly decent military commander or anything. He is master of the hunt of the Bengal Empire, and he does really like this woman. Or, you know, this girl. No mercy. And yeah, we've got some fairly simple sieges to deal with here. We do want to raise rebel control on all of these places down here as well. Just so that it all definitely flips to us when we declare victory. Yes, yes, yes. Factions founding. I know how it goes. Just wait until the Pope stops being incapable. He really should be dying soon. So, I'm actually going to send these guys up here to lift these sieges and replace them with our own. And maybe we'll be able to get this war, the Independence League, the League Independence War, just get it to stop, because we already took the guy's land off him, so it's basically a war which is going nowhere for them. So by lifting all these sieges, not only are we helping ourselves, we're actually helping the people we're at war with. We have a marriage offer. Prince Mayor of Hansa wishes to marry our courtier, Agath. Yeah, I see no reason why not. Yep, just smashing our way through some stuff. Beating up some armies. It's all good. Yep, no. Diplomatically tell you why I can't do what you want me to do, you silly individuals. Okay, it looks like that Independence War did just end. Yeah, so that's great for us. Because it means now we don't have to worry about having all of their territory and that sort of stuff. And yes, in effect, it means we can just prosecute this war as normal. Which is what we're going to do. Mainly by punching through, because that gives us the best chance of everything. Okay, it looks like we've inherited the Duchy of Esfahan by accident. So let's just find out. We've got a barony in here, that's good. Victor! Were there any other baronies? Sophie? No, thank you. And Maria. That's a little odd. Well, she's German. Can I actually give her the duchy title? Yes, why not? Why not? And we could mainly do that because she's matrilineally married to this guy. So any children that she has will be of her dynasty. And we're hoping that she has children. Also, I don't need this army there. Thank you. Okay, so that problem has been sorted out. Can we buy anybody else in on this? Ah, it's not really worth it. You're moving? Yes, you are. You should also be moving. Excuse me. In fact, yes, see, she's offering us peace right now. We're not going to accept it. We're just going to continue doing the usual brutalized thing. We're not going to go to her actual territory and beat up her armies. I mean, we could. but the supply limit is still an issue in that case. Maybe. She's currently getting a bonus because she's defending against foreigners or infidels or whatever. So that does kind of play into her hands. Though, if I am right, whoops, that's not what we wanted to do. We wanted to check out her here. Her vassals do like her, but it's a 75 point for defending against infidels. So these three here at the end, these three duke level ones, don't like her. But she has got two of them, all three of them are in prison, and that's probably why they don't like her. The other dukes, they're fine with her. So we're going to go over and just beat up her main holding. I'm starting to think that Princess Kalael of Nubia may fancy me. Now she's married to Prince Baldwin. Yes, make a move. Make a move. Why not? Yep, good to be the Kaiser. That's my freebie. Always get a freebie. Good. Yeah, so we're going to be at 100% war score very swiftly. Like almost insanely swiftly. Nope, and stables were built in Frueli. Let's just deal with that before that. So upgrade the castle shipyard. Okay, she became an amateurish plotter, which is the worst intrigue stat. Yeah, you know. Let's marry her to the King of Jerusalem. We get a little bit of prestige out of that, and it just sort of cements an alliance sort of thing. Just in case Jerusalem actually ever has any issues, which I kind of doubt they would. Okay. King of Arabia has declared war on the King of Jerusalem for Duke Udo's claim on Monreal, which is that place there, which should be part of Jerusalem. Did you have to do that, bro? I can't join the war. Oh, I can actually, but I don't want to. I want Jerusalem to defend itself properly. I don't want that piece of land. Get rid of that. Yes, good. Married. Okay, so now we're at 100% war score here, so I'm just going to move these guys out of the lands where they're taking attrition. But I'm not going to end the war just yet. Instead, let's see if we can get this done before the end of the episode. We might go a few minutes over just because. But I'm just going to send these guys over here. They are going to take attrition, but they should be able to get a quick fight / conquest of Mephala, or Mephila in. And that will significantly impact on the Samrajni's power. Can we kill this guy already? I mean, really, 150% war score, we should be able to kill him. Not war score, plot power. Dadapadra converted. Good, good. Shridaya converted. Let's just have a quick look at that. Yeah, that's good. I'd like to see more of these Tengri nations convert. But more importantly, this stuff down here in Egypt. Everything else has got plenty of time. Okay, so that battle was a victory for us. 12 days before we can assault, so we will wait 12 days. We want to clear up all of these places as well, because they're her direct vassals. Okay, so we get our little assault in there. Very nice, and we just wait the next 8 days. We should have a better supply, we do not. Come on, don't want to lose any more troops unnecessary. last barony we may just leave, but the rest of these places we can totally just mess with. You know what, that's good enough. Let's just get them out of there. What was that advancement in our defense? Cavalry in Salzburg. Ah, wonderful, we can improve our keeps. So let's just click on that and head on back to Munchen and spend some money. Upgrade the keep. Lovely. And let's call that the end of the episode, I think. No, we can actually create the Duchy of Medapata. And we'll just distribute that to who we always wanted to have it. Come on, scroll through all those kingdoms. Very good. And that should be everything so far. Wonderful. So, with that in mind, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I'll get to them as soon as possible. Any more requests of, various things to do, go ahead. I'll see, if they're reasonable to begin with and then see if I can, handle doing them. If you liked the video, please give it a like. And if you would like to see more of this sort of thing, please subscribe if you have not already done so. In the meantime, though, I have been Sub. You have been yourselves. Later.